Right, let's have a look at some of the good quality receiver switches that we sell in the shop. We can bundle these into two different groups. We've got mechanical switches and electronic switches. So just starting with your mechanical switches. So this is using a mechanical contact to complete the circuit and provide the power, basically. So we start off with a high-tech switch, pretty basic switch, you know, built to a price, but sometimes you just need a cheap and basic switch for a smaller model, and they do the job quite well. Bit of a no-frills option, but that's the way to go there. Then we move into some of the more serious mechanical switches, and these are from Powerbox. So Powerbox have been making these switches for probably 25 years or more. It's probably one of their very first products, and it's evolved over time to become what it is now. So it's a mechanical switch, but it's using 4 sets of floating contacts, and they're double points of contact each. Right, so you've got a lot of points within that mechanical contact providing the power. So it's very good as far as a robustness against vibration in a gas plane, a 2-stroke plane. So perfect for what we do. Right, so available in 2 different options here. So the basic power switch that we've got here is a single battery power switch. So with that one, we've got a heavy duty input. There's a multiplex on there. Obviously you can cut that up and put XT60, whatever you need on there. And then the output to the receiver, you've actually got two JR plugs there. So you can go into the battery port and then into a second port. Maybe you're not using channel 8, put the second one in there, and it gives you a good solid connection both ways there. There's actual locks on both ends of the switch, again from a vibration point of view, so it's not going to vibrate itself off in flight. Very positive connection there. It's just a good quality switch all round. So as far as the mechanical switch goes, it's about the best that you'll get on the market. So taking the ideas behind that switch and then putting it into a dual switch, we've got, so this is a Powerbox 1-2, so basically 1 switch, 2 batteries. Right, on this one you've got 2 JR in, 2 JR out, the same internals. We've just got a different LED on this one. So with this one, we've just got a plain green one, turns on, you see the green light, your battery's on. With this one, it's a tricolor LED, so it's really telling you what the status of the batteries are. So if everything's good, you're seeing an orange light here. If one battery's not too healthy, then you're going to see a different color light there. So it gives you an idea when you're turning the plane on as to what's going on. So that's our mechanical side. Moving over to the electronic switches then. So an electronic switch is using, well, in the case of the Futaba, a FET circuit to do the switching rather than relying on the mechanical contact to complete the circuit. Right? So it's an efficient way to do things, it flows a lot of current, good from a vibration point of view as well. These are excellent switches. These are made in Taiwan. Very good quality switch. The downside to these though is you will get some parasitic drain being an electronic switch. So when this is in the off position, it's still going to be consuming a little bit of current from your battery. So if you're going on holiday or you're away for a few weeks, or you're not flying for a while, you really should be unplugging your batteries, otherwise it's going to drain your batteries just sitting in the garage. Okay, so that's a basic one from Futaba, and then Powerbox do offer their versions of an electronic switch, which also includes some form of regulation if you want it or not. So the Digi switch is a good basic single battery switch. The alloy plates on the fascia plates on these are actually heat sinks to dissipate the heat from the regulator part of the circuit and still deliver a decent amount of current. But these are ideal on your smaller, up to say a 2 meter pattern plane. This is fantastic. Your 30cc, maybe 50cc pushing it aerobat on that, as well as your Warbirds, your jets, perfect, that kind of thing. So you've got a single battery and a dual battery setup, and selectable voltages from, in general, 6 volt to 7.4, and you can also select unregulated as well with those switches. So that's those. And then at the bigger end of the deal, if you've got a plane that doesn't require the smarts of a full power box system like a Competition or a Royal or something like that, but you need a good consistent power supply from 2 batteries and a high current situation, that's where the source comes in. And so the source is 2 batteries in, 2 out. You also have a switch to run to the side of the plane, so you can turn on pack 1 and turn on pack 2, and you'll see LEDs light up when they're active. And then there's also a screen to mount somewhere in the canopy there, so you can see the voltages of both packs just looking in it through the canopy or wherever you'd like to mount that. That's going to supply somewhere around 2 by 20 amps peak, so plenty of current supply there. So that'll do most of giant scale planes just fine. This one, I believe, we're at 2 by 10 amp peak. This is a single 10 amp peak on its own. This one we're looking at around about 5 amps continuous and 10 amp peak for that 20 second. You're also able to get this one with a Dean's input and 2 JR outputs as well. So that one pretty much doubles the current in that one kind of switch as well. So lots of options. You'll find them all on our website. Any further questions, don't hesitate to give us a call.